Hello and welcome back to Warrior Priest, and we're now in a situation where my faction, not my own faction of course, but the faction I've joined as a mercenary, is at war against two others, and neither of those are the vampire counts, which is actually really interesting, because this is probably going to be the first time that we're doing battle against Empire forces as Empire, so it's going to be a little bit weird. And I gotta say, I'm full disclosure right here, I've already been in a battle or two with some people from one of these factions. I'm actually not entirely sure who it was. I think I still have him actually in my party as a prisoner. Yep, there he is. Yeah, that's the guy that I defeated. I guess you could kind of call it moments ago. I guess I could kind of say that, because it's been it's not been that long since that happened. But yeah, anyway, quite a bit has happened. I've been playing not that much off screen, but a little bit, just to kind of push us a bit forward in our progression, because I don't like things to remain too stagnant for too long, because otherwise it's just going to be a case of me, fighting bandits, doing tournaments, struggling for money, struggling for units, so on and so forth. And then we're not going to get to, enter into these larger battles, and we're not going to be able to learn new spells. And speaking of learning new spells, I've actually done just that. I have learned one of the master level spells. And, well, if you've seen the Necromancer series, you'll know exactly how it works. It's pretty much Wind of Death, but the light version, and I actually really like it. Well, I mean, obviously, it's a really fun ability. Of course, Wind of Death is a super fun ability, and you use the light version of it, it is just as fun. The only problem with it is that I don't do enough damage. Yeah, I don't do enough damage. That's the only thing, but obviously that's just because I do not have any enchanted equipment or magical gear or anything like that that actually provides me bonuses to my damage amplification. Technically, I can get that stuff, but then I'm basically turning myself into a light wizard. And that is, of course, not really the theme that we're going for here. So, yeah, that's probably not going to happen anytime. But I have been on the lookout for some decent deals in regards to our armor as well, because let's face it, we actually do need, we actually do need some better armor. And I have actually now unlocked my gear, because obviously I do have the auto-equip mod installed, and what I've done is I've basically made it so that I am, if there's an upgrade in my inventory, I'm going to be upgrading it straight away. That's it. That's what I'm going to be doing. So here's Radiant Gaze, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and not die. Here we go. And as you can see, that's how it goes. Now, here's the thing. It's actually kind of a bit funny. I'm not entirely sure why that happens, but there's actually, this is what's really funny. The Let's Play curse once again, isn't it? Yes. I have not died in the past hour and a half or something. I don't even know how long it's been since I've started progressing off screen, but I haven't died in a very long time, and now the first battle I do, I die. Yes, what a classic, isn't it? But anyway, basically what I was about to say before I was rudely interrupted by getting shot in the face is that this spell, you may think, oh look, it's why does it have dark light? Why does it have dark particles and stuff like that going on with it? And that's the thing, you actually don't have to worry about that, because I think that only happens in the daytime when there are light rays on the map. And I know that may sound weird, but I feel like that's the case, because I've seen it before where the particles are actually light particles instead of dark particles. So I think it has something to do with the map and the time of day that you're fighting on. I could be wrong about that, obviously. I'm not that familiar or fluent with modding or game development in general. So take from that what you will, and obviously it doesn't impair the ability at all. You're going to be able to still use the ability with wonderful precision and it still does the same amount of damage and all that wonderful stuff, so it really doesn't make any difference. Anyway, when no shields and ranged weapons are wielded, you gain 5% movement speed. Probably not going to be taking that. I will take powerful. Usually I always take powerful here because, I mean, if you think about it, no shields, no ranged weapons, this is going to turn you into a duelist. And if you're interested, there is a playlist called The Duelist that I created a while ago. One of my favorite series in Bannerlord, actually, where we use nothing but a one-handed weapon. That's it. We just use a one-handed weapon. We don't use a shield. We don't use any ranged weapons or anything like that. And we focus on providing our character with the most movement speed that is humanly possible in the game. And, well, let's just say he moves real quick. Yeah, he certainly does. He really does. Anyway, let me see what I can do here. Accuracy penalty by 15% while I'm mounted. That could be really useful. So I think I'm actually going to take that. Even though Sweeping Wind, in my opinion, is pretty nice because it does give you that 2% party speed bonus. I don't really think I really need that at the moment. So I'm just going to go for Sagittarius instead. And we're otherwise going to be increasing my athletic skill. Because as you know, or may not know, spells, when you use them and deal damage with them, they provide you athletics skill. So I want to try and increase that as much as I can, because athletics is definitely going to be very useful in the end as well, because if I do get off my mount, because let's face it, I probably would like to get off my mount sometimes, especially considering warrior priests generally don't ride horses that much, I don't think. I mean, it doesn't seem like that, at least, because these guys actually don't come equipped with horses, the companions. So that's obviously something to bear in mind. But anyway, I've taken those guys prisoner now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the nearby town, and then we will be dealing with, well, all of the red. Yes, there's a lot of red around us right now. I am a bit, I got to say, I'm a bit worried. You know, I'm a bit worried about all these enemies surrounding us, and I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go. But we're going to do our best, I suppose, and we'll see how it progresses. But for me specifically, I'm not that confident in my abilities to actually deal with any of these vassals. The one vassal that I actually did defeat, he had around the same level of power that my army did, but we were able to defeat him relatively easily, actually. Surprisingly easily. Oh, there's Archaon, by the way. Archaon is a Chaos vassal, or I don't know whether you can call him a vassal, but so I'm basically just going to call him a named unit, I guess. A named unique spawn. And yeah, I've actually defeated him once before. We're basically just going to go in for an auto-resolve here. He doesn't really have much in the way of power at the moment. However, I don't know whether you noticed that small little pop-up that just came in. He gives us 5,000 gold every single time we defeat him. Or at least, that's what I've noticed so far. I've defeated him once before this particular time. And he literally always gives you 5,000 gold, which is actually amazing. I am really, really pleased with that. And yeah, otherwise I've basically been fighting a bunch of Chaos Patrols and Chaos Raiders and so on and so forth that have come out of the Chaos Portal. As you might expect, that is actually very lucrative for us. I'm actually going to be attacking both of these guys just because they are ripe for the plucking, or the picking, or the killing, whatever. And we're just going to be taking them prisoner as best we can because, wow, we can actually take these guys. I obviously cannot use them. You see, I cannot use these because they are chaos units, and generally, I mean, I could create a party. I could actually take one of my warrior priests, and I could create a party out of Nurgle's Chosen and so on and so forth. You know what? Let's actually just go ahead and do that. Maybe that's going to be kind of fun. It's very non-thematic, but might be cool. I don't know. It might be cool just to see someone running around with that kind of unit. I don't know, but yeah, we're just gonna make our newest warrior priest friend into a party here, and then we're going to place all these guys in there. There we go, 70 units already, and we don't actually have enough space, which is hilarious, but okay. That is perfectly fine with me. There you go. And technically we could create another party, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to disband the remaining units. Technically what I could do is I could go over to a garrison. I know. You know, people are going to say to me, oh, you could have gone and donated these troops to a garrison and so on and so forth. But here's the thing. Don't really want to do that if I'm going to lose some of my own units in the process in the time that it takes for me to get over to the town. And obviously some of these units I've actually been... Oh! Okay. Oh, now this is actually... Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. We are going to win this. I think we're going to win this pretty easily because we do have Himension with us. And, yeah, I was actually thinking to myself, oh, no, I'm by myself. But no, we're not actually by ourselves. We do have him helping us, and he has a bunch of chaos units in his party as well. So this is going to be pretty easy, I think, for us. But let's just hold our horses because you never know. Maybe something's going to happen here that we... are not really pleased with. So I'm just going to get out my gun for the moment, and we're just going to take a couple of pot shots at the opponent. Shield. Yeah, that kind of thing happens much more often. Oh, nice. That was a wonderful hit. These guys are on horses. I would like to do damage to them, if at all possible. Archaon... Why is Archaon actually killing his own units? Yes, he is actually killing his own units. That's fantastic for me. Okay, so I'm just going to do this along the line. Oh, Archaon is absolutely massacring all of... Wow. Okay, yeah, that was actually amazing. Gonna heal my people. Gonna put Shah's protection on some of them as well, or Far's protection, or whatever it is called. And what did you see that? Did you see that horse? I'm actually not entirely sure if that was a horse or not, but it seemed to be charging at the opponent extremely quickly. I have no idea, but yeah, that's also the reason why it would probably be a good idea for anyone that wants to fight Archaon to literally just do it on an auto-resolve, because if you do it on an auto-resolve, you don't have to deal with his spell casting, which obviously is one of his greatest strengths, as you could quite clearly tell. He absolutely massacred an entire battalion of our units. And how many did we lose? Actually, not that many due to my medicine skill, I suppose, but he did kill 70, or he took out 70 of our units in one spell. Yeah, that is pretty impressive. Kind of wish I'd be able to recruit him or something. I feel like that would be amazing, but obviously that's not going to happen. I mean, even if it fit our theme, obviously we can't do that at the moment. Maybe there will be an opportunity to do that later on. Obviously, they are going to add the Chaos faction at some point. I'm seeing all of their armor and their weapons and everything, and they all look amazing. They all look absolutely fantastic. So I obviously have no idea how far along the development of the Chaos faction is, but if they just take some of this stuff and they transfer it to a faction or whatever, I mean, obviously it takes a lot more work than just me saying it. You know, of course, that's just how it is. But yeah, I think that this guy looks amazing. His armor looks great. And yeah, I would love to be able to play as a huge hulking chaos unit of some kind or another. But yeah, no doubt we will be seeing those maybe sometime soon. Anyway, we're going to be moving over to Averheim here. Hopefully I'm not going to lose too many units in the process, because I do have a lot of prisoners and I would like to be able to sell those as soon as possible. There we go, 12,000. Let's just go ahead and do that. And yeah, I could technically recruit some more people. I have actually been going around the map as well and attempting to find as many villagers with noble units accessible as much as I possibly could. And I have found quite a few, actually. And a number of people have said in the comments that you can get noble units from villages that are tied to castles. As far as I'm aware, that's not necessarily the case, but I think it does happen quite often. So I guess that's actually cool, but for me specifically, I don't really take note of that kind of stuff. I just basically go to all the villages, and then I just kind of, you know, tag which ones I'm interested in, and that's a little bit easier for me just to see visually. I don't have the best eyesight in the world, so that might actually also be a reason why sometimes I don't see stuff. Not sure, but whatever the case, I actually have some pretty significant... Okay, yeah, this might actually be a bit of a problem. I have a lot of wounded troops at the moment. Yeah, there's a caravan ambush quest that we're doing, and my forces are injured still. Okay, it's this band right here. Do I actually need to go in here and help them out? I guess so, right? Okay, let's just auto resolve right there. Super nice and easy. This is the kind of thing I've actually been doing, and we will trample you beneath our hooves. Yes, this actually happened before when I attempted to do another escort caravan mission. And basically what it means is, yeah, the quest just cancels because it doesn't get ambushed? I'm actually not entirely sure because it obviously did get attacked. But as far as I know, that actually didn't trigger the completion of the quest, which is a little, I don't know, that's a little strange to me, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter because we did get, you know, into a battle, and the battle was obviously in our favor. Pretty happy with that, but of course we didn't get the rewards. Of course, you know, didn't get the reward. Anyway, I'm actually just going to be helping one of my friends here to defeat this guy. We'll take him prisoner. Thank you very much. And ooh, we actually get the opportunity to rescue a bunch of Empire troops. Thank you very much. I will be pleased with this. Alright, Free Company Pistoliers. I'm actually not entirely sure. Okay, they're basically just mercenaries. Alright, okay. So we're not going to be doing anything with them. We're just going to be basically leaving them alone. Oh yeah, some of you will be really, really pleased about this as well, by the way. I've actually started doing a little bit of ranged troop upgrading. I know, it's crazy. Yes, everyone's going to absolutely rave about that for many, many years to come. But yes, in general, I have actually started to level up some ranged units, and hopefully they're going to show themselves to be really, really useful. And we're mostly going to be going for firearm-based units as well. So, for example, wait a minute, where are my lower tier units? I guess these guys, yeah. So, these guys are going to go into skirmishers, then they're going to go into handgunners, then marksman handgunners. That's basically how it's going to go. And I'm actually going to have to confirm that next time we get some level ups for them, because I'm a bit worried that maybe I did it incorrectly, or maybe I just need to confirm it in my mind just to make sure that that is actually happening, because I don't want to make a mistake and then all of a sudden I have, I don't know, 50,000 crossbowmen or something instead of the other thing. So yeah, that would probably be a good idea just to make sure, just to check. Oh, I do not want these though. Thank you. I do not want the vampires. Wait, did I just recruit some vampires, actually? No. The culture of these villages hasn't changed just yet. Okay, so that's actually super nice. Alright, let's take a look at my skills real fast before we actually go ahead and do anything else. Let's get 5% increased movement speed during nighttime. That sounds pretty good to me. And then otherwise, what else are we going to do? There is a bunch of enemy activity over here. Alright, well, we're just going to make our way out of here, I suppose. Bunch of caravans in the area. Now, bear in mind, I don't really want to inflict economic damage to our fellow Empire friends, basically. Because if I start doing that, it's going to make it so that I have difficulties recruiting from various places on the map. Maybe I, you know, cause some issues there, and obviously I'm going to be receiving various traits that I don't necessarily want, even though the traits I don't really know whether they make that much difference from a gameplay standpoint, but it's always, well, it's always kind of good to be a bit careful, right? Anyway, let me see if I can just get to these villages. It's actually making things a bit more difficult now, all things considered, for me to be able to recruit people, because we don't have that much choice. But maybe, actually, maybe we do. Maybe I just need to go to those villages and actually just interact with them or something like that. But yeah, here we go. That's a decent amount of troops. I just actually have to make sure that these are not Sylvanians. No, they're not Sylvanians. Okay, that's good then, I guess. All right, so first of all, let's go into this territory right here. Let's be very careful about getting attacked by these much larger Enemy armies, we can recruit from here. Very nice. So, yeah, obviously due to the fact that I have decent relation with these villages, they are perfectly happy to speak to me, with the exception of this guy. He has zero relation with us because I haven't been able to do his task. Yeah, train troops, miss me with that. Thank you very much. I don't really like the training troops quest. I know a lot of people have said that it is not that difficult to do, but it's me, you know, you got to remember, it's me. I'm not, for some reason, I'm never really very good at training up those troops for some reason. I really don't know. It's a little bit strange, but yeah. Otherwise, let's take a look at where our armies are, and let's see if I can maybe assist them. Okay, so they're actually doing battle with that large army that we passed by, so I guess what I'll do is I'll head over there and see if I can lend a small hand, and maybe... Oh no, it seems like they've actually achieved victory. Yes, it seems like they achieved victory without my assistance. Well, to be expected. Yes, to be very, very expected indeed. Okay, well, I guess that means that I'm gonna just have to fight, or shall we say find, a couple of vassals myself to fight, and I guess we will just head on over here. There's a siege going on in this area as well. Oh, we've got a lot of very weakened vassals here. All right, let's do this. Ooh, now this is nice. Okay, I'm liking this quite a bit. This is a nice battle for us to take part in, isn't it? Actually not. I think we might lose. I think we might lose. Oh dear. They have a lot of Preceptor Knights. Yes. They have a lot of Preceptor Knights. This is going to be a bit problematic. Okay, well, let's do an auto-delegate. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, auto-delegate with them. Let's actually tell these guys to go here. Let's auto-delegate with them. There we go. All right, fantastic. Just got that sorted out because I didn't want them to do some random stuff that is not going to be that effective. But I want my light wizards to go off, do their thing, cast a couple of spells at the opponent. I obviously have no idea how effective those spells are. I don't even know what spells they have, all things considered. But, yeah, hopefully they're going to be somewhat useful. And let's see what I can do here. Yeah. Right. Not as effective as I obviously wanted, but that is the case. You know, that is how things go with Wind of Death, or Wind of Death related mechanics. And, yeah, I'm going to have to do another one. I mean, we have the ability to cast 2 of these, so I might as well, right? And we're just going to try and get some crossbow skill, some much needed crossbow skill in the meantime as well. And we've only got 8 seconds to wait. Hopefully I'm not going to get murdered in the meantime. And maybe I'll be able to get a couple of long-range headshots or something. Yeah, good luck. Headshots are, in my opinion, pretty difficult to get with the guns. But some of the time, you don't really need to even bother, because they just do so much damage anyway. Okay, here we go. Nice. There we go. That's some good damage right there. And, yeah, now I'm gonna die. Yeah, because my horse is dead. Okay. Who am I being shot by anyway? I don't even see where they're coming. Where did I get shot from? I have no clue. I have no clue. But I'm pretty sure my forces will be able to achieve victory now, or at least cross fingers. I hope they will be able to. As long as my wizards don't actually murder each other and my own forces, then we should be okay. Yeah, as you can see right there, pretty nice and easy. Because we were... I'd like to think that my own contribution there, just the 2 spell casts, actually made a pretty significant difference. Because even though I was only able to kill 33 units, I injured many, many more. And it made it a lot easier for our own units to be able to finish off those weakened ones. You know what I mean? So, very much hoping that that was the case. But, yeah, as you could quite clearly tell, we were at a pretty significant disadvantage when we went in there to begin with. So, oh yes, wait a minute. I actually want to check this. Okay, that's going into that. There we go. Okay, yeah, so we want these Handgunners, yep, that was actually correct. So that is nice, and this is correct as well. There we go. Oh yeah, so there you go. We are now going to be getting these Empire Scouts, and the Empire Scouts are going to go into skirmishers, then they're going to go into handgunners. Fantastic. All right, so we don't have any space, any extra space, shall we say, for those prisoners, and we can now take all of the loot. And we're doing pretty well, all things considered. All things considered, oh yes. And yeah, well, now we're going to have to return to one of my friendly towns, because otherwise we are going to be in, well, maybe in a bit of trouble, not in a significant amount, but it would probably be a good idea for us to do that, just purely for the fact that we have so many prisoners and a lot of loot to sell. And, oh, hello, Mr. Archaon, I would very much like to fight you, sir. Oh, he's actually... Should I go in for... Should I do an auto-resolve? I'm going to do an auto-resolve. This is going to be painful. Oh, actually not as painful as I thought. Not as painful as I thought. The main reason why I wanted to do this is for the money, and also because, I mean, you could see all of these prisoners. I mean, obviously, I am now over-capped on prisoners, which is going to be very problematic if I'm unable to get into the town very quickly. If I can get in there real fast, then it shouldn't be too bad. But hopefully I'm not going to lose too many of my prisoners in the process. There we go. All right, 19,000 from this. Super nice. There we go. And we can now also go into the marketplace and sell all of that. Look at that, 23,000 just from that. Look at that, 48,000. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go into the Magister here, see what he has to say, because obviously I can now buy some scrolls, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to buy some scrolls in just a second, but first of all, I want to learn Pillar of Radiance. A large pillar of light applies high damage to those caught in the beam. Sounds fun. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm thinking about Deathly Shards as well, but it's a missile attack. I really do not like missile attacks. Just generally because I'm very bad at using them. But, yeah, maybe we will, maybe we won't. It very much depends. Okay, buff a target ally's weapon to do additional magic damage. That could be really, really useful, but as it stands, I'm probably going to leave most of this. Let's take a look at our light wizards. All right, so our light wizards actually have nothing that deals damage. Oh, no, they do. They have this. Right. Should I give them something else? It would probably be a good idea, right? Wouldn't it? I mean, I could always give them Petty Heal. Petty Heal would be pretty useful. I'd like to give them Healing Light, all things considered, but they're obviously not at that level just yet, so we won't be able to do that. I'm actually thinking if I do that, then it's 16 mana that they're going to be using. Might be useful. I think Enchant Weapon could be useful for them, actually. Let me see here. Okay, so I can't actually train my Warrior Priests. That's actually interesting. I can't train my Warrior Priests? That's weird. Because I don't see any of them, as you can see right here. I just see the Light Wizards. Oh, okay, okay. That's interesting. All right. Well, I'm actually thinking maybe we should Enchant Weapon. Because if I do that, who are they going to buff with this? It might be fun. It's only 10-second cooldown. And they also have this. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Let's actually just make them into kind of like a buffing class or something like that, right? Let's make it... I don't know. Let's try it out. Maybe it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about it now, but yeah, let's turn them into a bit of a buffing class, and we're going to buy some scrolls now. So obviously, what we want to do is we want to get engineering, right? So let me actually just have a quick look. I think this gives engineering, yeah, 5,000 engineering skill. There's also crossbow skill here too, hilariously enough. So probably going to be taking... I'm going to buy this one, and I just want to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything else. You never know whether there's going to be something else here. Polearm skill. Polearm skill would be useful if I was actually using polearm skill. Crossbow, yeah, crossbow skill. I mean, obviously there's crossbow skill all over here, but I'm not sure if I really need it. You know what I mean? I definitely need... Oh, athletic skill might be quite fun. Throwing skill. Whoa, this is giving me a lot right here. Yeah, that's bows. That's another crossbow one. All right, yeah, let's go for a crossbow one. And we can go for, what's this? Scouting skill, bow skill. Right, okay, well, what do these do? This is scouting and crossbow. Fine, let's do that one too. So I'm spending 64,000, which is pretty significant. But we have the money, right? We have the money. Might as well make good use of it. Let's take a look and see. Okay, yeah, so what I can do theoretically is I can spend another point in focus right here in engineering, which might actually make sense. I'm not sure how much it's actually going to give me, you see. I don't know how much the book is actually going to provide. So it might be a little bit, I don't know, it might be a little bit problematic. I don't really want to spend another focus point in engineering, all things considered. I'd like to spend that in athletics if at all possible, and I'm going to spend another point in intelligence. I'm probably going to leave intelligence at around 7 now. I don't think I'm going to be wanting to spend any more attribute points in that, as I would actually like to start focusing on endurance a little bit, but obviously... medicine, steward, engineering, they're all relatively useful skills, so maybe it's worth it, I don't know. But whatever the case, let's do this. Yeah, this, which one is it actually? Okay, no, it's not this one, it's this one. Right. Read the scroll. Fantastic. All right, so now all we need to do is wait here for some time, and we're going to be... well, actually gaining almost... wow, that is... I love it. Yeah, I love these kinds of mechanics or game features or whatever you want to call it are always extremely pleasant and enjoyable to use, because you just think to yourself, wow, look at that. That's actually super amazing. We're already at 62 engineering. Now we should be able to go to Nuln and get the quest from the Master Engineer, which I would very much like to do. So I will be doing that if I can, actually, because I might be at war against the people that own Nuln at the moment. Let me actually just see. Yes, we are at war against that. So I will be unable to go over there, unfortunately, until we have made peace. But that shouldn't... I don't think that should take too long. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.